Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 38, the Dirty Balls podcast. We are down here in the ball sack, which we accidentally called the nut sack at the end of last week's show. I guess you can call that a Freudian slip. I'm Ethan Benfield, and I'm here with my co-hosts.
Alan Moody.
And Jennifer Day.
That's right. And what better way to kick off the Dirty Balls podcast than with a game?
Yay!
Yay!
And this is going to take several minutes because at the beginning of last week's show, or right before we started recording last week's show, I wanted to do this one, but I didn't want to take the time to write it all out. So, I copy and pasted and printed it for this show.
Easier.
Yes, research is a lot easier with printers.
We're going on a very long trip, huh?
Had to go to my grandma's house to print this because I don't have a printer. Alright, so, this is the game where I read one-star reviews and they have to guess the ballpark. We still don't have a fun, clever name for it. We're just calling it the one-star game. If you got a better name for it, tell us.
We'd love to hear your suggestions.
Along with a movie for us to review because that still hasn't happened yet. That's a pipe dream. Anyway, so this guy means business, and I want to tell you who he is because I think that you guys should really look him up later because he
He's
thinks...
got some other fun stuff?
Well, yes. Okay, so this guy's name is Chip Bendel.
That's a fun name.
That sounds like a fake name. That sounds like an internet pseudonym to me.
The bindle is the homeless thing
Yes.
people carry.
Yes, it is. And he has left 47 contributions to Google reviews.
Are any of them positive?
Not many
You
of them.
didn't look?
I did some digging. I read some of them, but this one was my favorite because it sounded very herder, get off my lawn, and But we'll get into it. You'll know what I mean. So I had to redact a couple of things, 2 or 3 sentences, because it would have made it obvious which park it was. And he included the name of the team a few times. So in here I just put blankety blank for the name of the team. So
Sweet.
here we go. Goodbye, blankety blank baseball. There was so much to complain about. Where do I start? But I did enjoy the fireworks at the end of the game. For me, this opening night game was the first time at the blankety blanks park. Growing up here, we would occasionally drop into the old ball field over the years and enjoy an old-fashioned baseball experience where baseball, fans, and family was the focus.
Already know it.
Good times had by all. Well, keep it to yourself.
Okay.
This was the main complaint in this new era of the blankety blank at the new field. They built a new park, but lost focus and forgot the main ingredients, killing the spirit and soul in the process. This didn't feel like a baseball game. Sure, there were guys throwing balls around and hitting balls in a field, but the atmosphere was dreary. The food was horrible. The scoreboard is horrible. And parking is a disaster. People walked around like zombies looking for their next snack or drink, or both, inside and outside. This park put more effort into the bar than it did the game, just diluting the baseball experience even more than it already was. I think the phrase that applies is epic fail. I'm only halfway done, people. I am only halfway done.
I mean, you only got a sentence in and Alan already knew what it was.
Well, I thought, but now he said something about the scoreboard, which what I thought that scoreboard.
I feel like you were probably thinking Kinston. No?
No.
Go with that instinct down. I did leave with one piece of good advice for this review. If you actually want to try the new Millennial Baseball Park and just have to go once like we did to, air quotes, see for yourself. Just buy $10 grass seats and sit where you want. Yeah, Alan,
Yeah.
go with your instinct. It's like open seating. Not really, but it is. As there are plenty of empty seats, not when we went, and no one working there cares where you sit.
They did when we went.
Worst case, someone shows up with tickets and actually wants the seats written on the stub and you move over a few seats. That ain't going to happen because this isn't a real baseball game. After all, I chuckled just now thinking the phrase blank season ticket holder, which I think you've already seen, but you know it.
No, I didn't see.
That is so humorous in an LMAO kind of way. I like that this guy made fun of millennials and then used LMAO. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. I digress. But to close my point, see, this is how I know that he reads reviews all the time, because he uses words like digress, thinking he's all fancy. an official.
As soon as you say that word, I automatically go into the Fallout
Hold up, let me stop.
Sam Huff.
Stop. Sam Huff
Hit a
just
home
hit a home run
run
in the Futures game.
Yes! How's that for digressing? All right. But to close my point, don't pay for higher price seating or you will be disappointed yet again. Just buy the grass berm seats, as they are all being purchased by the large drinking crowd who are all hanging in the open sports bar carnival where no one even knows there is a baseball game going on. Farewell, blankety blanks. Farewell, baseball. He left the entire sport for this, and the last 2 words of his review are epic fail. 1 star. What is the park?
What is the park, Jennifer?
No, you go
No,
first.
no, you
No,
go.
because Alan knows it.
You go first.
I already know
have
it.
Alan knows it because I gave him the hint with the scoreboard.
Nashville.
Alan?
Durham.
No, the answer is Nashville.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Nashville. Somebody left this review of the Nashville sounds. Now, the sentences I kept out were, when I said they focus more on the bar than the game, the original sentence was, they focus more on the bar and the games outside the bar, such as cornhole and shuffleboard and mini golf, than they do the game. That would have made it obvious, so I left that out. But the whole part about the scoreboard being awesome, yeah, Nashville has an awesome scoreboard. It's a freaking guitar. So I don't know.
like their scoreboard.
So what?
I don't feel like I like their
So
scoreboard.
I don't know how it's a guitar and the frets on the guitar is the line score. How is that not cool?
I don't know, but I know they have a fairly new ballpark because you were talking about it before we went there, so that's why I was going with
So
Nashville.
new ballpark.
Durham doesn't have a new ballpark, do they?
Now he called it a millennial ballpark, which I do kind of understand. It is very millennial, and he said they care more about the bar than they do about baseball. It's Nashville. It's a drinking city. Have you been there? We have. It's a drinking city. Also, food was horrible. Gotta admit, yeah, it was. I didn't like it.
Cheesesteaks is nasty as hell.
Not to say it's a bad ballpark. I loved it. I would have left it 4 out of 5, maybe 3.5 at the least. I liked it. But yeah, this guy, 1 star for Nashville.
You did have a point with the parking. Parking is horrendous, except unless you park in the parking deck that's right behind center field. But other than that, I don't know of any other parking. Let's see. I think the first time we went there, we parked like maybe a block down and walked up. But yeah, the parking sucks. They've got all kind of constructions going on with apartments and everything. But
Maybe sometime during the off season we'll just dedicate an entire episode to his other reviews. Because he's got
Very good.
47 reviews, and if they're all like
I'm
this.
sure there's some gems in there.
and see, I thought it was Durham, but when you said the scoreboard, Durham has an awesome scoreboard. I mean, that's great. And then the parking there,
No, I don't like Durham's scoreboard either. Isn't
Their
it down
parking
on the
sucks.
field?
yeah, it's
Yeah, I
the
don't
wall.
like that either.
What I took away from this is this guy had such a bad time at this ballpark.
He just gave up on baseball, period. huh?
He was so embarrassed by the fact that, oh, it's millennial and there's a bar. But a lot of baseball parks have bars. Like,
Beer and baseball go together. What is the problem
That's
with
what the
that?
T-shirts say.
there's alcohol at a baseball stadium? Yeah, it's a
And there's
It's a 4-hour game that often ends 1-0. Yes, there's alcohol.
Thursday
case.
is a baseball thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I've loved baseball my entire life, but even I can admit it, sometimes it gets freaking boring. There's gonna be alcohol there.
Thank God for alcohol.
And I bought Alan a drink today, which is
Yeah, it was delicious.
the first time I bought somebody a drink. It's a real rite of passage.
Oh my God, I feel special.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see, I was thinking I'm gonna wait till fall when everybody comes back to school and I can buy like some hoes at the club a drink, but I said no, Alan instead.
Alan gets the first one.
Now, speaking of
He's
reviews,
earned it.
while we're on this, Jennifer, you found some reviews too,
I did. I like to keep a watch on the Crawdads reviews to see what people are saying about
especially
that.
after last week. So,
Yeah, I decided that we should look and see what happened on the 4th.
now remember, there's also TripAdvisor and Yelp and all
What
these
is
places.
this? Is this just the one?
That's the first one and that's the second one. They're 2 separate ones. They're separated right there.
You took some stuff out?
No. So go ahead and read the first one
Okay.
because it makes fun of our boy Chris.
Don't go on the 4th of July.
Mm-mm.
Fireworks were great, but took us almost an hour to leave the parking lot because they had no staff directing traffic.
That's fair.
But they did when we left.
But we left before the fireworks.
Yeah, but still, I don't.
Just go park on the hill next to that big church and watch the fireworks there.
Only reason we finally did move was some guy who was also waiting got out and directed it.
What
Also,
a vigilante that guy was, huh?
yeah. Also, the MC, Paul Revere guy, was a bully towards contestants playing in between inning games. He was not funny nor entertaining.
All right, well, I'm going to come to your defense here, Chris. Now, I'm assuming he was in some kind of Paul Revere costume on the 4th of July night.
Yep.
Now, what I think is more hilarious is that this person might think that he's dressed like that at every game. And I think that would be funny. If that they think that, but what would be even funnier than them thinking that is it actually happening. So, Chris, I know you don't watch every episode, but if you're watching this one,
Go ahead and start wearing the Paul Revere costume. We're all
Yeah.
good. Why not?
or just find out when this person's gonna come to the game, and
But they're not coming back.
they're not coming. Well, this next one. Okay. Also, wait, I'm not done. Chris, yeah, he's a bully. He's mean to the kids, but that's the charm. He's funny. Too many on-field personalities are just like, yay,
But he's
little
not
Timmy
a
won.
bully.
Little Timmy won the game. Yay, and that's boring. And
He's
he only
not
does
a
it.
bully. He just picks, and it's usually people that
Yeah,
are regulars there
it's
that he knows.
People that he knows, like today.
And it's the bigger kids.
But if
it's
it was kids that he's never seen before, he is super. I can't believe I'm saying this. He is super cool with those little kids. I mean, he goes out of his way to make those kids. Yeah, write that down.
No, I was writing down something else we got to talk about.
But yeah, he
You
goes out of
reminded
his
me with
way.
Chris.
To give those kids a good time. But if it's a kid that he knows every day and it gets on his damn nerve, like our kids,
Then
He's
he's
a
going to
dick.
pick at him.
and
We encourage him to do so.
go for it, all in fun and
It's
fair
fun.
games. So yeah. All right, next one.
Well,
Jennifer.
no, one thing about that, because that person saying that about Chris from that game, it was funny. At the Cuba USA game, we were there. Whenever they threw out peanuts, did you see that? You know, that
Yes.
last bag of peanuts, he was trying to rile everybody up and get them to scream, and he was going to throw it at a section. Instead, he just dropped it on the dugout and walked away, which I thought was hilarious. But there were people
But
sitting
I
around
heard
him.
people. He is
Yeah.
such a dick.
They
He's
were
so
like, "Well,
pompous."
I've never seen anything like that before."
He is, but he's a funny dick. He's a
Yeah.
charming
You
dick,
gotta
like
get to know the guy.
like a good bad guy in wrestling. It's like, oh, that guy's an ass, but he's funny though.
Go back to what number did we just go in on the Burlington episode? Yeah, and then we learned because we
27,
took
I
him to
believe.
Burlington, all the ins and the outs, some inside information. Chris is a cool guy,
Yeah.
and he, like I said, he'll do anything that you want. If you need something, that man's gonna come to bat for you, and I mean that like that. I mean he'll bend over backwards for you to make you happy, if something's wrong.
Yeah.
Except, making us take the cage down, which I'm not happy about. But,
But we understood
I will
why.
never take them down again. Won't do it.
We understood why he made us do that, but yeah.
I understand too. But I
Now,
won't take them down.
and that reminds me, oftentimes we kind of talk down about the promotional staff and stuff. It's not Chris. He has great ideas. It's the people executing it. Chris has really good ideas.
He doesn't have all the power.
He doesn't have all the power that he should have. You watching Sam Huss?
We ain't watching Sam Russ home run.
Jeez, sucks. That is a moonshot.
I think it was 418 feet.
That's a lot.
That's the man. He's
That's
the man.
The man. All right.
He's the stuff.
You done
I'm
there?
done.
I can't wait for this next review
I
because
know.
it pissed me off.
I know, it's fantastic.
How dare they?
So here's the next one. We came here to watch firework, and the game never stopped.
Now, that wasn't her messing up. It legitimately just said, we came to watch firework.
And the game never stopped.
The game never stopped.
We pay for parking, and we wait 3 hours, and still no firework.
Still no firework.
Very poor performance. A demand for refund.
All right, Jennifer. Now, you guys have all seen me before. I get riled up about a lot of things. I get riled up about wrestling. I get riled up about NASCAR. I get riled up about K's. I get riled up about the wave and the ball four chant and the YMCA and a lot of things. But the one thing that pisses me off the most is when these assholes are out here trying to further their career when I pay good money to see fireworks. How dare they try to win a ball game and get noticed by the scouts and get called up and make more money? I'm trying to watch fireworks. They need to stop the game and cater to me and my family.
But this is what I'm thinking. You pay. I don't even know if they came into the game,
Because it says we pay for parking and wait 3 hours.
and they wanted their money back.
I need to check something. I had a notification on my phone. I hope it didn't stop the recording.
You better hope it didn't.
Because we were on a roll.
Remember, when you're back there, you got to whisper because you will spike the audio like crazy.
Yeah. Okay, no, we're good. We're still going.
Quietly, shit, Rick.
You're making the people dizzy.
E Smooth don't do nothing quiet.
But yeah, I mean, okay, I'm probably getting a little ahead of ourselves, but Jennifer and I went to Asheville Wednesday night. They had fireworks.
Lucky sons of bitches. I had to work.
That was their
No.
4th of July. No, we
No.
were not lucky. Okay, so that was
Well,
their 4th of
Asheville.
July. That was what, the 3rd.
That was the worst
Then we
time
went-
of my life.
Then we went to Hickory. Well, technically, we went to the Futures game. They was going to have fireworks there. We
We went
left.
to the Futures game.
I mean, the Cuba All-America game.
Another Freudian slip over here.
We went to that game, they were supposed to have fireworks. We went to Asheville, they were supposed to have fireworks. The 4th, they had fireworks. And the 5th, they had fireworks. Guess how many fireworks shows we saw? None.
0.
Out of all 5.
All 5.
Wait,
Don't
wait.
care, because they're not going to come up to
Myrtle Beach's
I'm
standards.
sorry, but
The
whatever.
Lenore
But-
part. Never mind.
When we left out of there on the 4th, I mean, there was cars lined up from the other side of the road on the parking lot all the way down to the stoplight. People, granted, the people that only watch this are people that go to the game, but they act like they've never seen fireworks in Hickory before.
They had them
Every
3 nights in a
single-
row. Not in a row.
Every single home game on Friday nights, we have fireworks, and I guarantee you,
It's slightly shorter and slightly
shorter
less.
and less,
Still though.
but they're the same thing. So,
But there's something about the 4th of July, because I mean, we did that before. Before we went to baseball games,
but that's
we
yeah.
would come out on the
yeah.
4th of July to see it.
But we didn't make a big deal if we saw them or if we didn't see them. I mean, it was.
I feel like we did. I feel like I pouted because we couldn't find anywhere to park.
Well, what I like to do is go
Okay.
go to the Lenore Parks and Rec fireworks show because it is actually really, really good. The one they had this year was probably the best one I've ever seen. The freaking circumference of these fireworks, they were wider than any fireworks I've seen in my whole life. But what makes me mad about this review, and I just said it a few minutes ago when I was being super sarcastic, is how these people think that they're owed money back for fireworks.
Because they didn't start at the time that they wanted to
When that's
start.
not the point. It's a baseball game. These guys are grinding to get to the next level. It's not about your fireworks.
If you want to see fireworks on a schedule, then you need to go somewhere, I guess, like where you said. I'm
Yeah.
sure they start them at a certain time.
I'm sure they had one in Morganton. You could have went to Carowinds. They had an awesome fireworks
if
show
you're,
every
wa-
year.
if you're waiting to watch them after a sporting event, then you're on that sporting events clock.
Which kind of sucks nowadays because back when we would go before baseball, we had a radio announcer, so we could listen to find out when the game was going to be over.
I'm waiting
Now-
on it.
We don't have shit.
I'm finishing my degree and I'm getting right on it.
So those guys that sit outside, which they might
don't know
they
what's
might have
going
wanted
on.
they might have wanted to come to the game, but it was sold out. They could have wanted to come to the game, watch the game and the fireworks, but I think if they wanted to see the game, they would have already got the tickets. They would have already known better. But now you don't know when the game's going to be over.
On Friday night, there were people sitting on the hill just to see the fireworks, and that wasn't even the 4th. That wasn't the main show. That was the shorter one on the Friday
But I
night.
can tell you, we
In the
left
rain.
as soon as the game was over. Went to Jack in the Box, got our food, and before we even walked out, the fireworks were over.
Done.
It's
So
a short
to-
show.
But that's what I'm saying. It's on the 4th. It was very short, and I felt like it probably was about the same as any other Friday night. So I hope people didn't get shitted, but I don't know. I mean, like I said, fireworks in Myrtle Beach set the tone, and yes, we will have to stay. And the one thing I do not like what we do out here in Hickory, we have launch a ball before the fireworks. You got people coming in who've never been, and they're sitting
Getting
out at the
pelted in the
bottom.
head with tennis
They don't know
balls.
what's going to happen, and they're getting pelted in the back of the head with tennis balls. You should do the fireworks, let the people that leave, and then do the launch ball. That way nobody gets hit in the head with tennis balls. But that's just me. But
Well, does anybody have any more comments about all this?
about the fireworks, I think we're done.
I've seen fireworks in lots of different places. The ones in Hickory aren't any more or less special than those.
Fireworks are fireworks.
You seen one, you seen them all, unless you go to Myrtle Beach.
Oh my God.
I'm just joking. The ones this year in D.C., what I saw on TV, Trump put it on, boy. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, I would love to see that D.C. fireworks show, but what I hate is being in D.C. Fuck that city. I'm not going there.
True that.
I've been there twice, hated it both times. Now, Saturday's game was crazy. Y'all should have seen it.
Oh, we didn't.
We
Because-
jumping straight into Saturday?
I hate how we don't go in order. I like to
I mean-
start in order. Kind of like when you go to Target and, you have to go through each aisle in order.
We have games all week.
Yeah, but nothing really out of the ordinary happened at those.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Tell me what I'm missing.
Okay, well then Thursday or Wednesday, like I said, Jennifer
we
and I
started on Sunday, but,
we'll go for Sunday.
Sunday we
And
won.
we've already talked about that, the whole K thing.
No, that was the previous week.
No,
That
because
last week, that was the video.
No. She was right. It wasn't 2
Okay.
On
Sundays
June
ago.
30th, Sunday, June 30th, we won 8-3 over Columbia. Jonathan Ornelas had his 6th home run. Sharton Apostle had his 12th home run. And Melvin Novoa had his 3rd home run.
Stats.
So that's a pretty successful game.
Good game, good game.
Anybody else have
It's
anything to
hot
say
down
about-
here in the ball sack.
Anybody else have anything to say about Sunday?
I don't remember.
I don't even
I
know
don't
if that was a
even-
home game.
I don't even know if I was there.
I don't think it. Maybe it was. That
I
was
think
the
it was.
last home game.
Yeah. That was the last one.
We must have recorded before that.
Maybe.
I don't remember. Although I was gonna say we recorded on Saturday night, but no.
I don't know. Then Monday we were in West Virginia. We won 4-1.
We mean them, not us.
Excuse me, the Crawdads won 4-1.
We don't travel that much.
Melvin Novoa had another home run. That's 2 games in a row. That was his 4th one. And Franier Chavez had his 1st home run.
Okay.
Across the land in Lexington. I don't know if they were home or
Why
not.
do you say across the land? for
Because it's
Lexington?
funny. Because it's funny. Up yonder. Because if I say up or down or over, then
Okay.
I'm
go
not
for
going to
it,
be
go for it.
directionally correct. Anyway,
Directionally correct.
Monday, July 1st, Chase
2019.
earned a golden sombrero.
The good chase. The chase we like.
Chase below, yeah.
We haven't got into the chase we don't like
Oh,
yet.
we will though.
Then Tuesday was the USA versus Cuba game.
Missed it.
We made a guest appearance for a few innings, right?
Yeah.
That place was packed out and there was no regular people there.
It was cool.
USA won.
USA.
Sure.
And so did our women in soccer today. I know y'all don't care, but still.
Across the land in West Virginia, the Crawdads lost 0-1. Wah, wah, wah. Then Wednesday was the worst night of my life.
Let me get to Saturday.
Wednesday was the worst night of my life. I got off work an hour early so we could venture across the land to Asheville
Poor Jennifer. Off work
to
early.
see Chase. And it started out great, and then it fucking rained.
Chase got to play.
And this was a July 3rd game. They're not there July 4th, so this was like their 4th of July game. So they had an attendance of 4,271 people. And then it started to fucking rain. And we couldn't go anywhere. And I've never been so drenched in my life.
And
And
she
it
says
was
fucking
terrible.
rain. She means an ass ton of fucking rain.
I wasn't
And
there, but I can only assume
Terrible
so.
lightning.
Yeah.
I had flip-flops on. I fell going down the steps. Worst night ever.
If I was there, you would have
Drenched.
seen coverage of it, but I wasn't.
Oh.
When we were there, we gave Chase his certificate for red before the game. He got to start, so it was awesome. We got to see him play a little bit. He did take a foul ball straight to the knee, which put him laying straight down. And then a play at the plate where he got ran over, but he held on to the ball, made the out. Super cool. I don't think he got a hit that game, but it ended because of the fucking rain. So I was supposed to give Chase the certificate afterwards, but it fucking rained. So
Because we sat in the seats for a little bit. Like,
Everybody
this
was
is
there, I
going to
wasn't.
stop. This is going to stop. So we sat there a
it was
little
just me
bit.
and her. But yeah,
I thought Scott went, and I thought Tim and Monica went.
Tim and Monica didn't go. Monica couldn't get off work. Don't know about Scott. We didn't see him, but we didn't look for him either.
Because of the fucking rain.
But we sat in our seats because Chase was playing and we wanted to watch the game. And we got the mascot autograph like we've been wanting to do. We just couldn't get a picture with him. And Yeah, it rained and rained and
Oh,
rained.
I remember Wednesday night at home. There was some thunder that shook the entire house, like louder thunder than I've heard in my life. I guess that came through Asheville first.
So,
It was bad.
you know,
Lightning, thunder.
all I'm worried about is Chase's certificate getting wet. I'm like, I mean, I know I can get another one, but it was just it was a pain in the ass. And then I got the cameras in the bag, and they're not
Got
cheap
the cameras in the bag.
So finally, I had to go and go to the concession stand and say, look, do y'all have a trash bag I can have? And he looked at me. I said, look, I got an expensive ass camera and some important paperwork in my bag that I don't want to get wet, which they were already soaked because of all the fucking rain. But luckily, nothing got too bad wet. We did get a thing of rainbow ribbon fries that had bacon and ranch on them.
A fries, he means a potato that was
And they
twirled through a
actually
twirler,
they
so it's more
twirled
like
it.
chips.
So don't get it.
They
Don't waste
weren't
your
good.
money.
Want some
Yeah.
chips, bruv?
But you did get a bat and helmet. So
I
that
want
was
my
kinda
chips
cool.
with the dip.
So, but
You
yeah.
said that a lot tonight.
Did I explain that to y'all?
I don't think
We
so.
don't care.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So Wednesday, we got wet. Thursday.
I also wasn't there
Thursday
for Thursday.
was July 4th.
Yes, it was. There was a rain delay. Very brief rain
Oh,
delay.
by the way,
so-
on Wednesday, the Crawdads lost. What is that? They're second in a row. 4-3. So they had 3 because they lost against West Virginia. Then Thursday was July 4th. Did anything exciting happen at that game? The attendance was 4,776 people.
No, it wasn't.
We lost 5-3 to Columbia.
Some cheeky guy in the press box was like, change the number to 776. It sounds more American. Because 1776. But if you did that, it would sound too low. So 4776.
Okay.
Just like on the 25th anniversary, it all ended in 25.
Well, no, I don't. I think you just made that up. But if you say so.
Ask Jeremy. And
Burlington.
go to his channel while you're at it. Conrad's Cowbells, part of the Dirty Bells Network.
Dirty Bells production. Burlington had an
How's that for a
attendance.
cheap plug?
Excuse me. Burlington had an attendance of 2,387 people on the 4th of July, which is a lot because on Friday they only had 514 people.
Jennifer, do you know why so many people came to the Crawdads game on the 4th of July?
for the fireworks, but the game never stopped.
No, that's not why.
Oh.
Because we live in Catawba County. And there's nothing to do here!
That segment was brought to you by Catawba County.
We got it that time.
So, anything else exciting on the 4th? No?
They didn't mention the red seat, which pisses me off.
He's really...
You put on Twitter that everybody...
I know, but I'm just saying, what if you were sitting all the way on the other side, and you looked over and you're like, what is that? What's going on over there? What's that red thing? You know, and it's too packed, you couldn't move around.
There's a plaque.
But I'm just saying, you know,
They can read.
but what if they couldn't go over
He
there?
is military and he has his views and beliefs about this, and he doesn't understand that not everybody feels that strongly about it because they don't have that. It's just like if we had a general manager there that was gay, then we would have a pride game.
We would.
There's different people. If you had a general manager that served in one of the services, they would mention that every game. They would be into that stuff, but
The pride thing, every team does
people
that.
are
'cause they want
different.
to seem like, because oh, look
We
at how
don't
liberal
do
we
it.
are. Come to our game.
we don't do it.
Maybe
I'm
next
just
year.
saying, if you did have a general manager that was LGBT, whatever, all these
It's.
words,
I don't know. Please find her ignorance charming. I can't keep up with the letters either. It's okay. There's no K in it.
I'm just,
We got some. We got. If you want a K in there, we got plenty.
Friday.
God, I just want to get to Saturday so bad. Tell me about Friday, please.
Friday is what? What did we do Friday?
Probably went to a game.
Friday we went to the game, and we had our the Crawdads had their third loss in a row. Lost 11-7
God, that was
to
that game.
Columbia.
Yeah, that was the game that me
However-
and Jordan got drunk.
Our new guy, Ryan Anderson, had 2 home runs that game.
Yeah, well, let's pause here and talk about Ryan Anderson.
Some people are a little salty and bitter about this because Brian Anderson got
Ryan
brought
Anderson.
up from Spokane.
Yeah,
Spokane.
good. There we go.
Spokane? Spokane. And he is
Speaking-
right fielder? Which is Tanner's position. Which means Tanner
Because
didn't
Tanner
get
was supposed to come back that day. No,
But-
he was supposed to come back Thursday.
But Ryan did impress us on Friday.
Yeah, but
We're
still.
a little salty.
He hit 2 home
But
runs.
Ryan Anderson has been on fire.
Hit
so-
2 home runs in that one game.
Yep.
Batting.
I missed my damn player.
My guy's batting quattro.
Okay, I'm done. Saturday.
Yes! Saturday night's all
Saturday
right.
we went to Burlington.
Saturday!
the
Saturday!
tickets were
Saturday!
634 people.
Yeah, we were sitting at the house Saturday, and Burlington put on Facebook, if you like your seats, tweet or like and reshare this post.
You
And,
cut through that.
It
Yeah.
was one of those Facebook contests. You like the post, you share it.
And they
Maybe you'll win some
said that I won at 3:20.
Made shit
It
happen.
takes 2 hours to get there. Game starts at
So he
6:30.
walks in the bedroom while I'm having my Netflix time and says, "Guess what I won for tonight?" And I said, "Burlington tickets." And he said, "Yep." I said, "So I need to get up and get ready now, huh?" And he
And I
said,
said,
"Yep."
yep.
Just like in Texas when you just toss that pillow on me
It
and
was
say,
pretty
get up,
much-
we're
yeah,
going.
it was pretty
Basically,
much-
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
So,
so Saturday.
You
Saturday.
apparently have some Saturday stuff.
A
you
lot
wanna
of
talk
shit
about?
happened on Saturday, Jennifer.
All right, did it?
Yeah, you
We
missed
weren't
it.
there. We don't know.
Well,
We already missed the skip, didn't we?
no, it's at 33:10. Although we
Oh.
did start recording like a minute before we actually
Well, I
started
told
the
you
show.
to tell me to mash fun.
Oh, okay, then we're good. So, on Saturday, I am so excited to talk about this. We were losing 6-2 in the 9th inning, but before that happened, Matt Watley got hit by a pitch, and they didn't give him his base because they said it hit the bat, but it did hit him. And then Matt Watley gave the umpire all kinds of shit, and then Hagen finally got out there and calmed him down, and which is really odd because Hagen, you're soft, and and
I'm sure he's not watching, so.
then Matt Watley continued the at-bat and got, put out at first. He hit into a ground ball and got out at first. And then on the way back, starts talking to good old Jay and wasn't even arguing with the umpire. He was just talking to Jay. He was like, "Man, that call was bullshit, man." And then he was almost back in the dugout when umpire tossed him. And so then he loses his shit, and Matt Hagen finally calms him down. Again, odd, because he's soft. But all that finally happened. Then, later in the game, I'm going to pause 10 seconds for station identification.
To a Dirty Bells production.
Okay,
In
I
the
think
ball sack.
I think we're back in the ball sack again. And shit, where was I? Oh yeah, Tyreek Reed got drilled and didn't even make it look like an accident. Threw right at him, and then we finally get to the 9th inning after all that shit happened. And what does Tyreek Reed do in the same game he was thrown at? Hits a walk-off bomb ski that went over the flags in left field before it even crested to start coming down. I don't know where that bitch landed, but it went far and it was exciting. So that was Saturday.
If Tyreek got hit on purpose, it was payback for Hans hitting. What's that
But
guy's name?
Hans didn't do that on purpose.
I know Hans didn't.
I mean,
But then he got the ultimate payback.
Hans, I don't know if you was at was you at Hans's game?
No, wait,
Oh,
yeah.
Hans, because he had a really bad first inning.
Oh my God, Hans drilled a guy in the side of the head. It was bad. What the fuck are you doing?
Just making sure because it did the skip. I want to make sure it's actually still going.
You're gonna get dizzy, people.
Okay, we're good.
I don't know why he thinks it would stop. Now,
Nope. I just zoomed in a little bit. Welcome to the ASMR portion of the Dirty Bells podcast.
AS what? Augmented.
It's the thing where like they
Sexual.
it's like where they whisper in the mic and it gives you the tinglies.
AS what? ASAR.
ASMR. It's when
ASMR.
it's-
Augmented sexual.
I don't know what it is, but look it up later. It's like they whisper. It's like they whisper.
Sexual.
It's like they whisper right into the mic real softly, and it makes like there's some people have a sense.
Muppet rubbing.
Some people have a sense where if you hear certain like sounds, it gives you like these weird little tingling feelings. And ASMR is apparently supposed to like bring those out, like trigger them.
Welcome to a baseball podcast
You never
about
also did the old tingling
ASMR. What did you do to him? Oh my God.
I don't know, like maybe some CBD oil or something. I don't know.
What did you do to him?
I didn't do anything.
What happened to him?
Anyway, Hans.
Had a
Had a
rough night.
shitty game. He did have 2 strikeouts, so there's $10 to Red.
It's okay, he'll bounce back.
Yeah. So
You mean $6? Because it's 3.
yeah, 3, 6, whatever.
369.
I'm,
Damn, she
I'm
fine.
broke. I got a new car, so now I'm broke, and now I gotta pay Hans's thing. So yeah, it sucks.
I only have $40 left for Red because I've now paid 35.
But we also have
Yay.
got 2 golden sombreros in the past 3 days. So,
Thank you, Fireflies.
yeah. But yeah,
Can you see it?
Fireflies.
I hope they can see
You
it.
got a guy on your team that I don't like because he's a crybaby little bitch. His name's Chase Chambers.
Yeah,
Usually I
Chase
like
is a
guys
bitch.
named Chase.
Chase Elliott, Chase Velo, Chase Bank. I don't know. Usually Chases are cool.
Not this one.
But yeah, crybaby. He got called out on the strike. He looking, he argued and argued and argued and argued. Should have been thrown out, but he never got thrown out. I don't know why the opposing teams never get thrown out of Hickory, but you know, whatever. But he cried like a little bitch, and then we gave him a hard time the entire rest of the homestand, and he never once looked over at us, never done nothing, which
He's a
just
bitch.
pisses
He's a
me off
bitch.
even
He's
more.
a little
I mean,
bitch.
if
He
you
didn't
would've-
give Alan any attention, and that is
You
rude.
could have said something, you know,
Hell,
F
dude.
you, go, you know, do whatever, and then I'd have been like, okay, cool, whatever.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
But yeah, he's a douchebag.
A douche canoe.
Yeah. But
Got it. Oh, but the other guy that got a golden sombrero was
I couldn't tell
Mr.
you.
Garrison.
Yeah, Mr. Garrison.
Okay, you're bad, okay, and you cannot hit this baseball, okay. We really laid that on thick. I forgot his last name, but his first name was Garrison, and
It's not. His name is Garrison.
Garrison.
And that's what I shall call him.
but
It's not. It's Harrison, I think. Isn't that what they called him?
yeah, it looked like Garrison.
I shall call him Garrison.
The point is, Lucas got him to sign the golden sombrero, and I filmed it, so enjoy that.
I'll tell you what Lucas didn't do.
What did he not do?
He did not succeed in the wheelbarrow race.
The wheelbarrow race.
Well.
He was terrible.
The wheelbarrow race.
But do you know what today is, Ethan?
Today is Sunday, July 6th, 2019.
Do you know what happened 1 year ago today?
For the first time.
We went to Burlington.
We
Yep,
did.
That's what it is.
How about that?
And a person was with us, but we don't talk about that.
Then why would you?
But anyway.
I don't know why I brought that up.
This week,
Shame on you.
we are not at home, so we get a whole week off. I think that's a
Yay.
good thing in a way.
I might be going on a trip Saturday, though.
Where you going?
Possibly Charlotte, if not Asheville.
Who you going with?
My other friends.
Other baseball friends?
The other
Is that all
channel.
you have?
The other channel.
Your bisexual friends?
Yeah, the other channel. We'll do a video. Or he'll do a video.
Didn't Shervian Newton, wasn't he the
Yes,
other?
Newton was the other
He was the
golden sombrero.
other
from
Are you
that.
not going to expand on Burlington? Because you just went the other
And
day.
No, no.
Gerson Molina. Gerson Molina.
You know, 1 year ago today, we went to Burlington for the first time and fell in love with it. And then yesterday we got to go, so I guess it was kind of like an anniversary type thing.
Oh, how sweet. I didn't go, though. Who won?
It was a massacre.
The Royals beat the shit out of the Yankees.
Good. Good. That's good.
We left early because we wanted to get home at a decent time.
What was the score? Like 11-1?
When
I
we
think that's what
left-
Lucas told me.
Yeah, when
When
we left,
we
it was
left,
10
it
to,
was
10 to 1.
something like that.
Something like that, but then we got in the car, then the Yankees scored 3, but whatever. Got to see the number 9 Yankee prospect, couldn't tell you his name, but I got a picture, so when he comes to Charleston, I can give him a signed picture.
Yeah, because if we know one thing, the Charleston River Dogs and Hickory Crawdads have a very amiable relationship.
I don't.
We
Did
do.
they?
But I just know Jennifer pointed out,
Oh! I saw this in the bathroom. Do you know that when we're having the Purr in the Park day that we're playing the Charleston River Dogs? And I find that funny because cats and dogs.
I immediately thought of you two whenever I saw that because I don't know anybody else that has cats.
That is so sad.
My aunt does.
but Jennifer brought it up, if we go to Charleston this season, we will hit every single ballpark in South Carolina this year.
Which is not saying as much as it is for North
'Cause
Carolina,
there's only
but
5.
still.
But still,
Compared to what, 9, 10 here?
I think so. 9.
12.
12.
12 counting the High Point as the one independent league.
Okay.
Right. We didn't do it last year, but I don't think they were. Anyway,
South
get these
Carolina is
promotions when it's hot.
5 ballparks.
Promotions.
Yeah, promotion.
Promotions?
Even though
It's too early. We've only been going for 40 minutes. It's not too early for promotions. We got to talk about the truck with the Oreos and all that.
The Sugar Man.
we'll go later.
Okay, all right, we'll get to
All right.
Sugar Daddy later.
This week, the Crawdads will be heading up to Lakewood, so they got tomorrow off.
that. Going up north.
So making that long trip up to Jersey.
14 hours probably. 12
it's,
maybe.
it's a long drive. But game time on the 9th is at 7:05. It's Ruby Tuesday.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. In Lakewood.
Okay.
There's Ruby Tuesdays up north? I thought that was like a real regional restaurant.
Bring your Ruby Tuesday game ticket to Ruby Tuesday and receive a free appetizer.
At Ruby Tuesday.
Why would you want an appetizer? They got the salad bar and also everything. I've never
Fuck
had it.
Ruby
Gross.
Tuesdays.
I've never had a good meal at Ruby Tuesdays.
Nope.
I've been maybe 5 or 6 times. It sucks.
I like those rolls that one time we ate in Kinston, but that
Yeah.
Ruby Tuesdays.
we were probably just real hungry.
But
From the drive.
Thursday, the game's at 7:05. It's Military Appreciation Night and Troop Supply Drive, which I really want to do this. I just thought about it last week. I want to, before the season's over, to have a military supply drive, and we can donate it to Red to give out at Christmas time to, you know. I don't know how I'm going to make anything happen, but at least I try. At least I do something. So, and you want to shit talk everything.
I'm not shit
Really?
talking. Because nobody would even do the bad thing.
That's true.
You guys done?
But Military Appreciation Night includes a special hat auction plus salute to the
I wanted to
military
hide myself from the marital strife.
and the troop supply drive where the Blue Claws will collect items for the IBEW local 400 military company.
Did we just think of the same joke?
Wow.
ABC $2 Monday.
Yeah. They also have fireworks that night, and it's a Thursday night.
On fireworks on a Thursday?
Yeah.
Get these drunks some explosions.
That
Real.
doesn't sound smart, but okay.
I mean, and then it's a Silver Slugger Thursday.
That's the old people.
Kids run the bases.
Jesus.
American Legion night.
Oh, just throw it all in there.
So, yeah,
Does it dogs get in for free or anything too?
I don't know. But that's the only games that they're playing there. I
That
guess.
is a week's worth of promotions in one day.
Yeah. So that was Thursday. Friday, the Crawdads take on the Delmarva Shorebirds. Game time is at 7:05, and it's Nickelodeon night.
Ooh! Wait,
I mean, are they wearing jerseys?
but it's an away game. Man, I love
But
a Nickelodeon night.
There's
It's awesome.
there's going to be a celebrity there.
Nick. Oh, is it a Nickelodeon celebrity?
It's from the Paw Patrol.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
I don't know. Paw
That's
But I'll give you one guess what his name is.
Catman.
No.
Catboy.
No, it's two. You said.
Fucking no.
cat dog. Cat dog. That's my
What's
era.
the name of this dog on the TV show Paw Patrol? You get one guess.
I don't know.
Tall.
Fucking
Tall.
Shane McMahon.
No.
Tell me the name.
Chase.
Chase.
Yeah.
What is that? That's Pete.
That's
PJ
not my
Masks
era
or
of
something.
Nickelodeon. Drake and
It's not
Josh.
I'm just saying, it was funny. We talked about Chase, and then we have a dog named Chase.
If we have a Nickelodeon night, we're getting Drake and Josh. We need to.
So, and it's also Froggy 99.9 Big Beer Friday.
You know what it's not?
ABC 2 Monday.
That's correct.
This is the same team that does that.
Yeah.
I want to
know,
find a
that's what I'm
review.
saying.
I want to find a review of ABC 2
So
Monday.
Saturday, the game's at 7:05, and they have fireworks, and yeah, they have a Rotary League. I
It
can't
actually
say
says
word.
that.
What?
Rotary League.
And
Rotary?
That's it. They got a club night.
You can't say
Massachusetts.
Rotary?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. So Sunday, the game's at 5:05, and I hate these games at 5 o'clock now.
Marlboro.
It's so flipping hot. Yeah.
It's so hot the
That's
Flash
not
took the
home, though.
bus.
It's a Purdue, as in the chicken, strikeout hunter Sunday.
Are they
Fans
collecting
can bring
chicken?
2
It's
cans.
gonna rot.
For real. Fans can bring 2 canned
Popcorn
food
chicken.
items and get a ticket for $3. And it's a kids club game.
Bring them out there to get a nice heat
Oh, and it's
stroke.
also their Copa game. As
Copa
they
de la
are
Diversión.
the Los Gallos de Marva.
Those are chickens.
Yep. But I like it because it says Gallo.
I'm sure you do.
Kids run the bases. So, there's your highlights for those
Serious
games.
thing. All right, now before we get to the end, I want to talk about something serious for just a minute. It's the whole thing in the baseball world right now, and we would be remiss if we didn't talk about it because we're a baseball podcast. Now, I did not know this person. It did happen.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
Okay, all right. You can be excited about that in a minute because, Tyler Skaggs, Angels pitcher, 27 years old, died on Monday or Tuesday or something like that. And they don't know how or why or what happened. It's going to take a really long time for them to figure that out. But, we just, even though we're a tiny podcast that barely gets 30 views every week, we just wanted to, if anybody out there in Angels land is watching, we want to send our condolences to the family and the friends and the fans of that team and, all that. So, rest in peace, Tyler Skaggs. I'm sure you were a great guy. Great player, probably. I don't know much about you, but I just want to say, rest in peace there for that. Now, Ellen, what were you excited about?
Wait. And we just talked about Nickelodeon, but let's switch over to Disney Channel and also talk about the kid that was on Jesse, Cameron Boyce, who was found dead yesterday at the age of 20.
I did not know that.
But that was in his home, and his family said it was for a medical condition.
All right. Well, this is getting very gruesome. Ellen,
They go in threes. Who else here recently?
The composer or the guy that wrote Annie today
No.
or yesterday. I also saw that.
but this is very morbid and sad. Alan, tell me
I'm
something.
about to tell you something.
Tell me something exciting.
Oh my God.
I bet Joey Gallo hit on
No. See, at the end of games, they like to present out these awards. Sam Huff just got the damn award for MVP of the Futures game, baby!
MVP!
If you knock
Can
his
we
ball
just
over-
talk about how you just won the
Oh my God.
MVP of the Futures
Way
game?
to go, Sam Huff. You are the stuff for shizzle.
That spiked the audio, but I don't give a fuck. Jennifer.
Congratulations, man.
We also didn't talk about Wednesday,
Ugh, what?
the Dominican Summer League.
Okay.
The Dominican Summer League Yankees versus Dominican Summer League Twins.
Yes.
That
Oh
game.
yeah, that game.
Do you know what the score of that game was?
What's the highest running score that you've ever seen?
I believe when we went to Frisco, one of the games was 17-15 at the very end. The London series just ended 17 to something.
That ain't shit.
What was the score, Jennifer Day?
38-2.
I'm glad I did not take this sip because that would have been a spit take all over Conrad, and that would not have been great. How is that possible?
The Yankees,
Mercy rule at 20.
the Yankees had 62 at bats, while the Twins had 29 at bats.
Good gracious, this is a 9
It was only a 9-inning game.
Well, of course, there wasn't. Oh yeah, they scored 32.
But there was
in the
no
10th
golden
inning.
sombreros.
No.
Well, I don't know what's going down there in the DR, but that's crazy. I do know of something that's going on here in Hickory, and it's delicious because I had it last Sunday after the show. And Jennifer Day, I would like for you to take it away by talking to me about it, please.
Why am I? You can't just decide what I'm taking it away with.
This is your gimmick, right? I thought this was usually something about food, so I figured.
No, I have some baseball knowledge.
Oh,
to
okay.
drop
Well, then,
on you.
Alan, tell me about this.
I'm a big fan of like taco trucks, like Taco About It, which I never get to get because of my new job.
Oh.
But we have a new truck around. It's called Sugar Coated. They make donuts,
Friends that...
Mini donuts.
mini donuts fresh from scratch. I mean, they're delicious. They deep fry Oreos, delicious. They deep fry brownies, delicious. And they deep fry pieces,
Whole
like actual
slices.
slices of cheesecake, which is fucking phenomenal.
And the operators are part of the
They
Dirty
have
Boss
also
family.
added in the cotton candy,
They also have cotton candy.
green apple flavored, grape, all kinds of flavors.
But go check them out on Facebook, Instagram, Sugar Coated. I'm not sure what their handles are. Just look up Sugar Coated. It's a pink donut looking like the Simpsons donut. They're usually down here at the Honey Pick. I would look up Honey Pick, Hickory, get the address.
Down there at the Honey Pick. Everybody out there
That's pretty
knows
much the
where
way
that
it is. But yeah, they're super cool guys. We know them. They're like Ethan said, part of the Dirty Boss family, even though they don't know they're part of the family, but they are. Check them out. Flipping delicious, man. And
I had the Greek deep fried Oreos, which was the first time I'd ever tried deep fried Oreos, and they were amazing.
we've had everything so far, and there's
It's
nothing
all
bad.
good.
So you can't go wrong. You're gonna have
You're not going to leave a review
It's fresh.
like Chip Bindle. Chip Bindle, you should come check out Sugar Coated.
but
5
it's made
stars.
fresh. So just remember that when you order, made
48
fresh.
review will be about Sugar Coated.
But yeah, go check them out, man. Delicious.
All right, now, since
Jennifer Day.
I offended Jennifer by assuming that the part about food would be her closing remarks, would you please take it away?
Well, this week we had something happen that rose a question. One of the umpires got hit in the head this week.
Ouch.
Right? How did that happen?
I think it was a foul ball.
That's
Straight,
what I
straight
thought.
to the dome. What are
Yeah.
you doing, Goober?
Well, it's almost over, so I'm getting up.
But you're a part of this.
I know. All right.
So the question came, what happens if one of the umpires gets hurt and pulled out of the game? Because in the minor leagues, well, I don't know when it moves up to 3, but in the minor leagues, in low A, they only have 2 umpires. You have the
One
field
lucky
guy and
fan.
behind the plate. So I did a little research, and
Dig it.
because, most things you find are going to be where they have 3 or 4 umpires, and then you're just going to switch places, and somebody else will, if the plate umpire gets hurt, somebody else goes behind the plate, you just have one guy out in the field doing the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if there's only 2 and one gets hurt, what do?
I don't know.
You don't know?
You don't
You don't know?
I don't know. No, I don't.
really?
Go ahead and tell
You
me.
don't? Well, you take a couple pitchers from each team, and they go out into the field and do the umping.
Really?
So yeah, the field ump will take the gear and go behind the plate, since that's the one that got hurt. And then you'll have the opposing pitchers take first and third
Doesn't seem fair.
to keep it fair.
Oh, okay.
We
Oh, I
got
get
one
it.
of each,
One of each.
so-
Okay. All right. All right.
But when I was doing research, I happened to find this article, and it's from 2009. And it says, pitchers add
Recent.
pinch umping to resume. And this happened, let's see, in Greensboro between the Grasshoppers and the Tourists. So that's pretty cool. It was something that happened here. I was going to take some notes on this, but I didn't. And now it's probably going to be, I don't even know what I should read on here.
Well, I messaged John from Ballpark to Ballpark, which you have not. If you haven't got that book yet, check those guys out.
Good book.
Because John was an actual umpire before he retired and started doing all his traveling. So I'll read you what he wrote. He said, in a 4-man rotation, the second base umpire takes over. In a 3-man, it would normally be the first base umpire. In a 2-man, the field umpire takes over, and sometimes a member of the home team works the bases or handles the game himself. So you could have an umpire do behind the plate and in the field. So you're talking about double duty.
It says an arrangement was made so that the moonlighting pitchers switched back and forth between first and third base. The first base umpire would be from the defensive team, while the third base arbitrator, or is that what that is?
Yeah.
Sure.
First
I don't
try,
think that's
too.
right. I don't think that's right. Anyway, represented the offense.
Okay.
So then they switch back and forth like that.
We have dropped some knowledge on yo ass.
But also, it says Thursday's wild, because that was a 14-inning game. Thursday wild ball game capped what turned out to be a very memorable series. On Tuesday, one of the umpires ejected the Grasshoppers' bat dog for using the field as their potty.
Ejected a dog.
So I thought that was just an addition to that article that I thought was funny. So that happened back in 2009 in Greensboro.
Okay. Well, I believe that's all. That's your lot for today. This has been episode 38 of the Dirty Balls podcast. Alan Moody, say your piece.
Wear red on Friday.
Yeah, wear red on Fridays.
Okay, I had 4 days off and I forgot Friday was Friday because, yeah. But I did have red on. It had red on my shirt and I'll always wear red.
It was
always.
a blue
Never
shirt
take it
with
off.
red right.
Jennifer, anything you'd like to put? Or Alan wasn't done yet. No?
Go check out the cowbell, Conrad Cowbells here on Instagram or
YouTube.
shit.
We're on YouTube.
I don't got to go to bed. We're on YouTube. Go check them out.
It is 10:14. It's way past his bedtime.
Way past. So y'all have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Jennifer, anything you want to plug real quick for the end of the show?
No.
Well, yeah, like you said, Red on Fridays, Conrad's Cowbells over there on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you very much for watching the Dirty Balls podcast. I'm Ethan, that's Alan and Jennifer. You can find us on social media by looking us up. We're not that hard to find. Thanks for watching.
Yeet yeet.